feel comfortable going out to restaurants right now. But you can have that restaurant experience right from the comfort of your home with just a few simple tricks. First and foremost, we want to make sure we're having fun. You'll want to select a theme, something that's fun that gets your guests excited. This can be related to the food that you're preparing or the decor that you're using for your home. You'll also want to create a unique menu that gets your guests excited. This also needs to include advanced prep, so you're not spending all your time in the kitchen while your guests are enjoying the party. And lastly, we want to create an ambiance that sets the stage for the party. This can be creating a playlist that goes along with your theme, or decorating your house, or breaking out the fine china for your guests. This can all play into having a successful and fantastic event at your home. So for my theme, I chose dining out in, a higher end version of homemade food. Something that you would typically get at a restaurant, but you're putting the extra effort into making it at home. So I'm starting with my first course, a cheese board. These are colorful. These have something to offer everyone, so everyone's satisfied and everyone's happy. I mean, there's cheese in front of them. I go with about a 3 cheese board. That's a safe spot for me. I have here an English cheddar, a strong, sharp English cheddar, delicious. I have a triple cream brie, and I also have a soft cheese, which is a garlic herb boursin cheese. When you're putting your cheese board together, you want to think about things that complement the cheeses you have on there. Apples and cheddar go together like peanut butter and jelly. You will always win with cheddar and apples. With my brie, apricots complement that so nicely. It's a vacation in your mouth. And lastly, with my boursin cheese, adding a little extra fat in there with the salami, as well as the acid from those cornichons, brings it all together perfectly, like a symphony in your mouth. Wonderful. First course, done. So for my second course, I went with the salad option. And I want to be reminded of the season that we're currently in. So I went for something that is quite seasonal at the moment, pears. When pears are good, they are fantastic. So for my salad, I'm doing a pear walnut salad with orange segments, as well as a champagne vinaigrette. So for my third course, my entree, I went with a short rib ravioli topped with a lemon tarragon lobster sauce, a play on surf and turf, if you will. I think you will. For this guy, this is the perfect dish for plan ahead prep. So I made the short ribs the day before, let them get all nice and tender and flavorful, absorbing that flavorful liquid that they were braised in. And then I made the filling the day of, put them in the boiling water, you got a delicious ravioli. I also did not throw out that braising liquid that I used for my short ribs. I actually reduced that down to make a nice flavorful base sauce. And then I took that lobster and I butter poached it. You're welcome. And then I put that butter poached lobster in a nice, lovely, lemony cream tarragon sauce. This adds a level of brightness that takes all those low and slow flavorful flavors that have been going overnight in that short rib. It just brings it to life. Your tongue will be happy. Course number 4. This is the one that's gonna leave a lasting impression. This is the thing that makes them want to come back over and over and over again. Your house is gonna be busy with this. For my course, dessert course, I have a lemon ricotta cheesecake. Yes. The main difference between mine and what you may typically see, instead of using just lemon juice and lemon zest in the filling, I actually use a lemon curd. So I'm adding additional fat, additional richness to the cheesecake. It's wonderful. And I didn't just leave the lemon curd inside the cheesecake. I also put some lemon curd in my whipped cream as well. A double punch of lemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed my dining out in experience. Please stay safe and remember, say yes to guests. Thanks for sticking around. Up next, I'm going to show you guys how I made each individual course. So we're starting with the salad course. I have here an orange champagne vinegar with some basil and some extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. Toss that with my arugula, my basil, my walnuts, as well as some segmented oranges. This gives it a nice, bright, crisp flavor. It's a very light salad to start this meal with. I loved it. My husband loved it. He literally ate it for 2 days after this. Now we're moving on to the main dish. We're starting with the braising liquid for the short ribs, and we're starting with the mirepoix of carrots, celery, and onion, cutting these into a small dice for the mirepoix base. I'm also adding some mushrooms in this cooking liquid to give it a little extra meaty flavor. Drying off my short ribs, adding a little salt and pepper as well as some flour, and I'm searing these on all sides to get some nice fond on the bottom and add a little more texture to the finished product. Then I'm adding in my mirepoix, the cooking liquid, the herbs, and cooking these for about two and a half hours until they're falling off the bone tender. Did you see that? Happiness will happen. That's all I'm saying. Look at that juiciness. We're next going to remove the solids from the braising liquid. This way we can actually keep that sauce, keep that cooking liquid, and use it as a base for our sauce. So we first have to take the fat from the surface of the cooking liquid. This is a time-consuming process, but it is worth it. And then we're going to cook this sauce longer until it about half the amount is left. In my bowl here, I have my picked through braised short ribs. I'm adding ricotta, some Parmesan, some fresh lemon zest, as well as some parsley, a little salt, pepper. Mix it all up to make a beautiful filling for my pasta, which you see me making here. Doing it the traditional way, I'm making a well in the center of my flour, adding or beating in my eggs with a little olive oil, a little water, and just a little small pinch of salt. Your dough will look a little dry at first, but keep working it and you will get a nice moist dough such as this one after it's rested for about 30 minutes. Putting it through the pasta roller to get it nice and smooth, as well as nice and thin and even throughout. You can do this without a pasta roller, but it just takes a little more time. Now that I have my ravioli filled, I'm actually just cutting off the individual ravioli. As you can see, these will be nicely sized, so about 3 per portion will be ideal. We have our butter poached lobster tail here. There's also some tarragon in there as well to kind of infuse that flavor into our lobster. And this is for our lobster lemon cream sauce that you see here. So on the base of that, I have that reduced braising liquid, our cooked ravioli, and then the lobster cream sauce, tarragon cream sauce with a little parsley for garnish at the end. Now we're moving on to dessert. Yes, I have in here some graham crackers, some sugar, a little bit of salt, and my favorite thing in the world, a stick of butter. Happiness will ensue. Yes. We're pressing this into our tin, getting a nice even layer, and then pushing some of those breadcrumbs up the side as well so you can have a nice crust around the entirety of your cheesecake. Into my mixing bowl, I have some cream cheese, some ricotta. I'm gonna beat that till smooth. And then I'm gonna add in my lemon curd, my sugar, a little salt, some vanilla extract, my eggs, and just a little flour. Beat that until nice and smooth, creamy and dreamy as you see here. And then we're gonna bake this bad boy off. My oven is preheated to 325. I dropped it down to 300 10 minutes in and let it cook for about an hour. The lovely and colorful cheese board, my ravioli, which was delicious, the salad, which was super refreshing, and that dreamy, creamy lemon ricotta cheesecake. You see the smile? See you next time on Say Yes to Guess.